I want to talk about the main idea of the studio that we after some projects we made, we discovered our main concepts. So we first started doing projects by our own initiative. Projects of intervention in the public space and in the landscape, in places that communicated something to us. From the beginning, we have never conceived architecture just a specialization, but architecture as a wider vision of understanding and questioning the environment that surrounds us, in which every project can enrich itself through different views and disciplines. The work conceived in our studio doesn't start only from architecture, but it nourishes from different views. Cinema, music, dance, painting, or literature are in many occasions the ones that give the guidance to our space. For us, every project has always been a constant search. We do not have a predetermined system or repeat a former project, but in each new project we want to be able to discover and experiment new possibilities. In this way, each project has a special character that opens us diverse possibilities to do the next one. So I will start speaking about some interventions, inside the specific interventions. And the common of this intervention is that they are projects that are conceived in reason and function of this physical context. These projects could not be generated in other place than in the one of their conception and realization. So I will start explaining the first project, which we made in Senegal, in Africa. We were invited for a cultural association from Switzerland and Senegal, and in the city of Tambacounda, to the east of Dakar, where the landscape extends to the savannah. So this Tambacounda is a town or region, is the capital of the region, that in the country, economically is the poorest city, the poorest region, but culturally is the most, the richest one, because it borders with 5 countries: Guinea-Bissau, Guinea, Mali, Mauritania, and Gambia. So they were invited to make a project without having a predetermined official idea of what to do. So we just arrived, and the main idea is what to work with the people and make our one work. So we walked through the markets and through the streets and to discover the city. And what we were interested about was this textiles that the most of the Senegal people used to make their own booths. These textiles, they used it for dressing a typical dress, and we were very interested in these patterns and colors. So we wanted to use this material as a material of construction, to make a space. We liked the contrast between, we were very interested about the contrast between the people, how they dress this colorful, and with the contrast with the town that is with earth and not color in the facades. So we wanted to use this material as an object. So we worked together with people from there, and with the local craftsmen that they were there as the carpenters and tailors. First, we used these textiles as a canvas, and we spread them all together in the city, on the walls in the city for one day, like paintings, they are like paintings. But after that, we put all these canvases together and we assembled in one piece to create a space. So this is how the canvases work together to get a space where you can get in illuminated altogether with light. You have to consider that there's no light in this town. I mean, there's for 3 hours, and it was like the only piece that was illuminated. The thing is, we wanted to make performance inside of the piece. So we worked with local artists, so they made performance inside. This is a picture from the interior. So the textiles transform into vitrals, and the light is swift. This is the interior of the piece. And this is the piece during the day. So we wanted the people get inside of the piece, and the piece became a living box. So we took the box into different places, and they made the performance with djembes and dancers, and they use it for their own activities, cultural activities. This is examples. So the next project is, we made it in Spain, in Huesca. We were also invited for a cultural association to make a project in a non-use space. So we found, in this city, we found a tree, and we made this piece that was conceived to provide an interior space for self-reflection. The name is Dream House. Dream House proposed the intervention of an urban tree with an interactive and sensitive piece that transforms the natural element into an introspective human refuge. The refuge emerged from the tree as a lighted chrysalis, establishing a reflection toward the relation of the human being with his view and natural environment. The piece proposed new ways of occupying an imagined space, a suggestion to make use of nature as a main element to create a dialogue between nature, human being, and its own space. Another intervention that we made in Madrid it's not exactly in Madrid, it's in the north of Madrid, in a place down of the Guadarrama range. It's Navacerrada is the town. So this town is between these two borders. It's in two contexts very different. Madrid is a big city, and the mountain. I think it's like 20 minutes distance between Navacerrada and Madrid. So down in Navacerrada, they invite us to make a sculpture, because some artists are making an site-specific sculpture, so the people can walk and discover different sculptures. So every year they make a new sculpture. We made the third one. So this is the place in Navacerrada, and what we were very interested in is like the landscape, and also the houses, the typical houses with these roofs, like mountain house. So we wanted to continue with this kind of typology, and also to bring down the forest. We want to make a mix of continuation of the urbanization, continuation from one side, from the upper part, the forest, and from down, the houses. So the urbanization was not for the people who live there, it's more for the birds who travel and they live there. So this are the urbanization that we made for the birds. And it's like a continuation of the forest from one side, and the other is the house. So these houses are apartments, like they have two flats. Yeah, two flats. can walk through. This is a view from the interior. And this is another intervention that we made in Bilbao. They invited us to make an intervention, a garden. They made into temporary gardens, the city of Bilbao, and each artist or architect, landscape architect, had to use one plaza of Bilbao. So we were in this plaza. It's a neighbor in the border of Bilbao. It's very interesting because across the highway and also the river, and there's a lot of industries and high buildings. So we're in the middle of the plaza, and we wanted to bring the pattern of the countryside, to bring it to the city. So the main idea is to create a garden that you can see it down, and this garden you can see it from the upper part of the buildings, and at the same time you can have a close relation with the garden to see all the flowers and to smell this garden. So this is our plan. We work with this pattern with the Pantone. So we have to use each color as with flowers. So this is how we work first. We separate every color, and then to make a final plan, looking from all garden or green gardens or actually we were looking for in Holland and many places the seeds, so we can match all the flowers with this color. So this is our final plan. We took a lot of pictures and we visited a lot of gardens and everything, so we can have these kind of flowers. And we use from violets to pinks, and then orange and yellows, and then greens, that they are aromatic plants. So we worked in a greenhouse before, like 4 months before. So because every square of the model, we create with them a small bag that you can put the soil inside. This bag is a geotextile bag that the agricultural industry uses for the field, and we use it for this kind of plants. So this is the bags that they disintegrate when the flower is growing. So this is the beginning of the garden 3 months before, I think. So each square is one model of the Pantone. So this is how the garden was growing in different weeks. This is, for example, the violets and the reds. This is the pink ones and yellows. So we place it into the plaza. This is at the beginning, the first day, and this is how the garden looks from the building. So you can see the highway there and all the context. This is the first day this is the detail. And 1 month after, this is the garden growing. So it was very nice because it's alive, so it grows by itself. This is at the end of the garden. So at the end, because we made it for summer, like 3 months, four months was there. So at the end, we took the plants and we gave them to the people that live there. This is another intervention that we made in Italy, in Tuscany. We made it in a town called Casale Marittimo. It's a town near from the sea. It's a medieval town, and we were invited to make an intervention also there. And we were interested about this town, the relation with the sea. That in the background you can see the line of the sea, but from the interior you cannot. If you are in the town, you cannot see the sea, and you cannot have this relation with the landscape and the sea. So we were outside of the town to see all the views from the town, and we found first walking to a Roman road outside the town. The first installation, kind of intervention. This is the view. So we found a farm, and we liked this material, and we worked together with the farmer, and we asked him if we can use his food for us to construct something there, and he was very happy, and we worked together. So we went to the hill together with him, and we constructed a kind of belvedere there. At the beginning, we wanted to make a piece that you don't feel is something, it's a space. It's just like something in the landscape, integrated in the landscape. But when you are getting close to the piece, you can see that there's a space that you can get in. So you can get inside and feel the textures, and then there's a step at the end when you step on it, and from there you can see the relation of the sea and the town that you don't have it before. So it's a point of view that you have this relation. So we left the piece there, and the farmer gave it after, I think, to the house, I think, or I don't know what happened. And the second piece, we made it inside of the town. The town is a medieval town, and so has narrow streets and a lot of walls, so you cannot see the context of the Tuscany. So we went to the highest house to make a kind of prosthesis in the roof of the house, so you can have another belvedere. This is the piece, so you can go up and see the whole valley. This is from the interior, the view from the interior. This is another intervention that we were invited to make a workshop with the students of landscape and architects in Sicily. The idea was to make a project, an intervention in 1 week altogether, and we made it near Syracuse. And there was a train station before. I don't know if you can see it. This is a train station. So this road was the rail from the train, and an architect had this design to make it a pathway, so you can go to one. Now this train station now is a cultural center, and they're linked a lot of train stations, making a lot of projects there. So the intervention, this is done now. So they asked us to make an intervention in parallel. I mean, somewhere, wherever we wanted. And we were interested about this lake was down the hill. And the field is all yellow, like a carpet. It's Pinocchio flower that they use it for. It's a Sylvester, savage flower, it's not cultivated. So we like it like as a carpet, but we want to get inside this lake. So we made a line inside of this flower field, and from the road you go down to the lake onto a platform that you have another view. So you get inside of these flowers. So this is the main road, and we made kind of a small line, cutting the flowers. But the thing is, here you can see it as a carpet, but when you get inside, the flowers became like as a walls, and it's very nice when you walk through with the nails and everything. This is the people walking inside here also. So you don't see the intervention until you are inside. And we made some rooms here to see the sky also, like with cutting some squares. And also one step that you go up and you can see more the field. And there's the last thing, the platform, when you arrive to the lake and the view opens to the valley and you can see the volcano here. So this is the intervention in Sicily. Here we made another intervention in Cádiz, the south of Spain. And it's very interesting, this area, because the Gibraltar is here. So here's Africa. And Cádiz is very important because all the ships went to America from here. So the port is very important, so we wanted to use some material from there. We were invited for this association. It's our contemporary foundation, natural. This is a part of the sculptures that they are in the forest. So there's a lot of pieces of James Turrell and Marina Abramovic. So we create this kind of also a pathway that we tie all the trees together with the rope that we found from the chips. So we tie them and you follow all the forest, and sometimes you get to one of the sculptures that you can discover there in the park. We also put a kind of nest outside that you get and you can see from an upper part. Okay, this is kind of site-specific interventions. So there's another kind of project that we have done. It's more related to the interior and architecture. This project we made it in Madrid, in Barcelona. This is the Alcalá tower, and they invited us to make a kind of performance in all this area for one night. And at the end, we had to put in this area, we had to put a restaurant for the week. It's a chef in Barcelona, very famous. And we had to put this temporary restaurant. So we made some performance here and also this building that was temporary. So at the beginning, we started making an installation, a light installation and sound installation. And when the installation finished was the dinner. So we create this space for 300 people. And it's a lighting space, so we want to have a relation with the whole context. So we made this transparent space where you get inside of these boxes. This is the interior of the hall when you get in, and then you go to the light intervention that you can see the transparency and all the spots reflects into the transparency and they multiply and we create a constellation. So you can see as a sky and all together with the tower that when you were eating you can see the tower also. This is another project that is a traveling showroom made in Portugal for fashion designers. We were inspired in the light of Portugal because the cities of Portugal are always very quiet and clear. So we wanted to make this space very with light, created with light. So it's this shape is a door that we found the shape of this door we found it in a neighbor in Lisboa, in the downtown of Lisboa. So we used it and repeated to make a space. So we create a volume with a lot of plants, and we wanted to have some transparency. This is the interior of the space. And we use the textile because it's very easy to travel with it and to, yeah. This another project is related to the other one, the restaurant. At the end of the dinner, they have a projection in the down on the tower. There's a space, an empty space that they do not use. So this is a circular space that we create an interior landscape. Here we projected with some artists from Barcelona and designers. They projected videos, so we create furniture that all together you can see it and lay down in several positions. And this is the space. All the pieces together. So in the perimeter, the glasses, they were projecting videos, and also there were a performance also here. Okay, this is another project. It's also a showroom for fashion design. It was created in Barcelona in a main hall of a big building. And it was very, very high, 15 meters high. So we want to, as it's a hall that everyone passes, we wanted to create something very transparent, that you can see the main building and also you can see what we're exposing here. So we create this space with threads, nylon threads, and there are 3,000 nylon threads. And we create this transparent space that, with the light, conforms the space. This is the daylight, and this is night light. So, because the light enters from the upper part of the building. This is a view from the top, and that's how we create the system. Was very simple, but a lot of work to make each one, like 3,000 all together. We made a structure, of a steel structure, and they have to coincidence the one point from the top to down. This is another show. It's in Barcelona, and it was traveling to Berlin. So they asked for something easy to carry on also. So we used the palette, and it was a low budget also. So we create this space with the palette. The main concept was to create the walls with the in a vertical position, and the furniture, like the seats and a bar, with the palettes in horizontal. This is some. This is an intervention in a flat. They asked us to make a kitchen in the main neighborhood called Chample in Barcelona, in one flat. So this is the kitchen that we made. It's a very small kitchen that we put all the furniture integrated into the walls. This is the table that you can put it down, and this is the main kitchen. But what was interesting is the owner they like to cook, so we create these drawers that she can see as a painting, all the spices and the pastas, and also the so there's a detail of the kitchen, the drawers with a glass. This is an intervention in a building. It's a building in Barcelona also. The building is a triangle. It's very interesting. And here is the intervention we made. We reviewed this place. Before was to use rooms for water tanks, and we transformed it into a flat. So it's in a small, you can see the triangle here, the stairs, and you go up onto a terrace, and then we create the older water tanks into the house. So as it's very small, we create another level, 2 levels, a small level to put the bed. And from here you can see the roofs and the sky. So this is the entrance of this flat from the terrace, and some details of the flat. Here's the bed, and you can see the sky here. This is an intervention. It's a concept we made it. It's a bridge that rail bridge that. In Mexico, the rails structure are not used anymore. So we wanted to create, as a concept, to use the structure to make a flat living house. That's it. And this is the last project. It's a conception of the transformation of the public space from some spaces that transform, some days, sometimes in markets, sometimes they're cinemas, or sometimes they're sold for everything. So we wanted to create a piece, a prototype. It's a telescopic system that you put it down and you put it up. Oops. Like this, and it can disappear. And all together, you can create different spaces. And for the plaza, it's a transformation of the space. You can create a cinema, you can create an exhibition space, you can create a market, you can create a chill out, or if you want, you put it down all and what's next?